Hi. I promised you I was gonna do it and I'm doing it. I am getting this done. I said on my last video that I was planning to get things accomplished before Thanksgiving when it comes to the holiday prep. So that is exactly what I have been doing. And I'm really excited. So I just want to share with you so far what I have accomplished already. I've got my little handy notebook and I've got the whole thing going on with different things here. So welcome to my messy world, which is my desk at the moment. And let's just do this. So first off, I realize that not everyone's holiday prep is the same as anyone else's. We all do a different thing, and many years I do different things different years. So this is what's happening with us this year. Not always, but generally this is pretty much what happens. First of all, I made my reservation for my turkey. For most of my life, I didn't do this. I would just get the frozen turkey at the grocery store or whatever, and then make sure to remember to thaw it out, you know, way in advance. And even that stressed me out, and it was sitting there in the sink, and then the water would go low no matter what you do. I hated it. I never liked that. And about 3 years ago, I decided that I was going to try a fresh turkey. And then I was worried I couldn't get one, so then I ordered one last year. And anyway, I finally found a place that's fantastic, and their turkey was amazing last year from a place that it's where I go. It's called Irv and Sally's Fresh Picks. It's in Lisle, Illinois, and they have fresh farm, organic, wonderful produce that they deliver straight to your door and so forth. And around this time, they take their turkey orders. So we're getting a grass-fed, the whole kind of a thing, organic turkey basically. So I've ordered that. I've got my paperwork here so I can remember what I did and so forth. And it's going in my little notebook here, which is the master plan for all of the holiday stuff going on. And I have done really well considering that Thanksgiving is still 2 weeks away. I think I've gotten a lot accomplished. So turkey was number one for sure. And then the other thing I always do is take out my giant turkey fryer. I go down to the basement, I take it off the giant shelf there where we store it. And it's a wonderful, wonderful thing. When I purchased it originally, I thought, I don't know, am I ever gonna use this thing that much? Oh my gosh, it's like night and day when it comes to the turkey. I'm not the hugest fan of turkey to begin with. So I was just like, do I really want to invest, in this contraption? Anyway, it's been wonderful. We've done shrimp boils in it. You can do so much stuff. So it's not just for turkey. And by the way, deep frying a turkey, if you're not eating the skin, is just the same nutrition wise, and it's the same fat wise and so forth as your average roasted turkey. So don't worry about it being extremely fatty or anything like that, or oily. It's not at all. The temperature in the machine gets it up just to the perfect temperature so that when you place it into the oil, it crisps the skin amazingly and the inside stays extremely moist, juicy, and wonderful. So anyway, we've done this. We've never looked back. I love it. Oh, and by the way, I found where it is on sale right now. All the stuff that I might be mentioning that are items, I will link down below in case you're interested. But this thing is golden. We use peanut oil when we fry the turkey. Oh, so good, so good. So anyway, that's what we do. And I need to read my manual and see how much peanut oil to get. So that's on my list. Another thing I did ahead of time, it was on that video that I did last too, is I got a big Costco order. And I decided I wanted to make sure, yeast has been something I've been having trouble finding lately. Right as soon as the lockdown started and so forth, it just flew off the shelves and I couldn't find it. And I was trying to make my homemade pizza dough and it was kind of a mess. So I did find 2 pounds, it's enormous, of yeast at Costco. And so I did get that, so I have plenty, and I looked on the expiration date, it's like 2 years from now, so I have plenty of time to try to use it all up. But I did get a giant thing of yeast. I suggest you do too if you think you'll need that for the holidays. I got a big thing of flour. I also got some gluten-free flour sent here, and it's really good stuff. Let's see, what did I get? Sugars, and I got the yeast, baking powder and baking soda. Make sure those are, I usually buy a fresh one because, every few months, those things, they get older. So I always want fresh for all the baking I do in the holiday time. So anyway, I got those, some salt, like baking salt, and vanilla. Vanilla is something, I don't know what happened in the world of vanilla, but it became like 3 times more expensive than it ever was before, and it's incredibly expensive. But I will tell you this right now, I cannot tell you how many times I've found this to be true, that, you know, the little imitation vanilla extract or whatever it is, not the extract, but the imitation vanilla flavoring that you get at the grocery store in the little, you know, in the spice aisle, is nothing compared to this vanilla that is just amazing. Now, yes, there's a huge price difference, but I will tell you, anytime you bake anything with this vanilla, it just brightens all the flavors. It is so much better. Everybody raves. I'm telling you, it's worth it. Last year at Trader Joe's, I got 2 waxed amaryllis bulbs, and this is about the time to get them. So if you go to Trader Joe's or make a special trip, run there real quick to find them. Found those bulbs, loved them. You don't do anything. You don't even have to water the things. You don't plant them, you don't water them, you just set the thing on the table in, you know, some light. You have some light during the day, and it just blooms beautifully. These big, bright red blooms for Christmas time. It's so stunning. Love them. And I'll show you what I did with mine. These are my bulbs from last year, and I just set them in this 3-tiered thing, and the dried bits that kind of just fell down and dried that way, I thought they were pretty. So I put it in the top tier, and then those sprout things on top have been kind of there the whole time, but they have definitely sprouted up more, and I literally have not done anything. I don't know how they still are alive in any way, shape, or form with no water. I don't know if I'm supposed to do something to help them bloom again. I have to look it up. But anyway, I was at Costco the other day, and I saw this pack of 3 of these giant ones, and they're already starting to bloom. And so these I will be giving to some friends of mine here or there, you know, as I go to visit them, so they'll have their very own. We are now at Costco. So yeah, hopefully this will be a quick in and out because I have an appointment I have to get to in a little bit. So let's go grab what I need. I'm very happy about those. If you happen to hit your Costco anytime soon, grab them. I'm telling you, they're worth it. They're really, really good. Speaking of Costco, they're wired ribbon. I got several, I have a few more over there, of these giant things of the wired ribbon. And it is worth it. It's worth the Costco membership just to be able to get this once a year. I make sure I get every color I can that I will use throughout the year for birthdays, whatever. They're generally holiday themed looking, but like this, you can use on packages throughout the year. And it is wired, it is wonderful. It is 50 yards, crazy, 50 yards of ribbon. And it's like $6.99 for this. Yeah, they have all different kinds. They have some with sparkles, they've got plaids, they've got everything. So I ended up with 5 more rolls of these because I use them all the time. And when you use this type of ribbon where you're just tying it in a bow, it's so easy to add a little something in there, and it makes it look so elegant and just extra. It's just extra special when you do that. A lot of times I'll just do something like these spatulas are $1 at Target, and they come in many different, you know, designs or whatever for the holidays. So cute. You're giving a gift to someone, just take your red ribbon or whatever, tie your package and put this like in there within the tie, and it's on top of the package. It's $1, and it makes a huge difference in just the whole display of it all. Love that. Another thing I will do is get a little bag of these. I got these at Target. They're wreath picks, so they're meant to be things that you stick in your wreath to just add stuff to it. But many times I will put these also, you know, within the bow to just add a little spark of red or green or whatever. So cute. I'll a lot of times use cookie cutters, or if you're doing a package for like a man and it's a tool, a little mini wrench. If it's a makeup gift, you could put like a eyeshadow brush just kind of stuck in there with the bow. Love it. So this kind of wired ribbon for $6.99 for 50 yards of it, and it's wired. In my mind, that's a no-brainer. You can do so much with it, and it's a huge bang for the buck. The last couple years, I have determined that I was not buying another roll of wrapping paper. I had plenty of Christmas wrapping paper. That's all there was to it. And I was going to use it up. Well, I did. I used up all of it except for the ones I just really hated. There were some that were just really ugly, and I don't know where my mind was when I bought those. But anyway, they're gone, and I needed to stock up on some more wrapping paper. The place that I find I can get some really good wrapping paper, generally speaking, it's very good quality, even has like the grids on the back that you can, cut with the lines and so forth. I get it at Home Goods, and this is your chance to find it. So if you go now, you have to actually go in the store for this, unfortunately, but if you go now, you can get a much bigger choice. There's kid ones, and there's adult looking ones, and there's some elegance, and there's some funny, and you know what I mean? So you do get a good choice. They're kind of located in different places throughout the store also, so don't just find that one bin. Look around a little, you'll find more if you walk around throughout the store, in my experience. So that's one little tip that I have always tried to remember. Go to Home Goods for wrapping paper. It's good stuff. It's $2.99 a roll. And they're decent sized rolls too for really good paper. Anyway, there's that tip. So while I was out and about, you might have seen that I went to the loft. I had to return something and switch sizes. I ended up going down a size in this, but these PJs I just thought they were super cute. They're so comfortable, so warm, but not too warm. I don't want to be hot. I love them. So I do recommend those. So I exchanged those, which was wonderful. And then I ran over to Pottery Barn because I wanted to stock up on my candles. Pottery Barn candles, I have found, are just wonderful. They're unscented pillar candles. Now, some candles I have in the house, I do have on, I have those flameless kind, if they're in little votives and so forth around just as a decor piece. But I like a real flame candle in front of the fireplace. I just sort of have this arrangement sitting in this, it's a metal tray, basically, like a hammered metal tray. And I just have these plain, unscented pillar candles there of different sizes and shapes and whatnot, and I just love having those lit when I don't have a fireplace on. It just adds a really, really cozy feeling, and it's right where the fireplace is, so it just kind of tricks the mind into thinking you have a roaring fire. I don't know, I love it. So anyway, I go through these quite regularly in the winter, but they last a long time. I mean, these are quite large, but they do last and last and last. Love them. And the thing I like the most is this, to show you. This one was like 12 inches. I mean, this was a really tall one when it started, and it burns all the way down beautifully until it's completely done. It's finished. It doesn't do anything weird, any strange, problems. It just has a little bit of, occasionally it might drip a little, so be careful. But yeah, it just has a gorgeous little look to it. And this one I have a long way to go yet, but these are the ones I have been burning recently. And when it gets to about this point, I stop. But it was really high, and they just do a beautiful, beautiful job. So I had to run there and grab some of these. Plus there was this faux holly plant that I was looking for. I wanted to see what it looked like in person, and they didn't have it in person there, so I didn't see that. But anyway, also ran to Wet Nose, Gracie's very favorite dog store, and grabbed her some chewy things because she was going to be staying with me for about 4 or 5 days while her mom was elsewhere. And so we've been having the little Grace monkey, and it's been wonderful. So I always want to have, special treats at Grandma's house. So I went there to pick out her treats in a bag, and so she's been the happiest little puppy ever with her little treats. So that was what I did then. And I also ran to Williams-Sonoma to get this vanilla that I was just telling you about. And also every year right before Thanksgiving, I grab a jar of this. It is the Williams-Sonoma turkey gravy base. It's the classic recipe. So since I'm doing the deep fried turkey, you don't really have the pan drippings that you would use, normally to make a turkey gravy. So you have to decide, okay, where am I gonna get my turkey gravy? This is a turkey gravy base that we really, really like. You just add milk. You add milk to what this is, and you heat it and serve it, and it is delicious, and we really, really like it. I recommend it. It's good stuff. And for those people who want some gravy on their turkey or their mashed potatoes or whatever, you'll have it, even though you deep fried your turkey. So here are a couple little things that I find easy to use and nice to have when we were doing all the wrapping and so forth. First of all, it's a set of 2, and these really work well, and I got another set. They are gift wrapped cutters. You just like slide this over the roll of wrapping paper, and then you roll the paper out to where you want it. And then you bring this down and arrange the edge right here where the sharp edge is. And seriously, it's that simple. And it's straight because it's along the, the tube is in here. It's unbelievable, really. So anyway, I highly recommend these. Grab a set. They come in a set of 2. Worth it. Absolutely worth it. So simple. Just done. A much more pleasurable task. And then I'm sorry, but seriously, you need to have a tape dispenser. You can get these anywhere. But if you're doing a lot of wrapping, nothing is worse than having to hold your tape and put it back. It's just so handy to have one of these. It's weighted, and you just buy the little refills, and you can, you're wrapping, beyond simple. So get yourself one of these and thank me later if you don't already have one, because honestly, it'll just make everything go more smooth and everything will be more enjoyable. Christmas cards. I have been up and down on whether or not to do Christmas cards this year, back and forth forever on this one. It seems like people are not doing Christmas cards as much lately. That's one thing. People are doing more online things and whatnot, and I don't know, I don't even want to do that. But I have always sent Christmas cards. I love writing the notes. I love receiving Christmas cards. I'm not ready to give up the whole thing. So this year, I did not force the family to freeze to death out in the cold like I did last year to try to get the perfect picture with Gracie actually looking toward the camera. That was something, but we managed it and it was cute and I'm so happy we did it. However, this year we're not gonna do that. And so I just made a more generic, pretty Christmas card. And the place that I go for this type of thing is a place called Simply to Impress. And you can easily choose the basic idea, and then you choose the shape, and you can change the colors, you can change the font, you can change what's written, you can do whatever you want to with it. You can add a photo. If you don't have a photo in the front, you can add a little one on the back. You can do all those kind of things. Simple, easy, done. So mine are ordered. It just took me, maybe an hour to just play with different things and see what I liked and ask people what they thought and so forth. Done, ordered, and they're on the way with the return address on the envelope. You can even have them address all your envelopes. I mean, it's pretty much wonderful. So that's where I go, and I have for the last couple of years. And the other ones I have used are Minted and Tiny Prints. So those are my 3 favorites. Used them a lot, but this time I did the Simply to Impress one like I did last year. That's the company I went with, and I'm excited. So they will be on their way real soon. I can get them sent, or ready to send anyway, and then the day that I want to send them, done. So happy that that's complete. Gifts. Now we're at gifts. Someone asked me when I mentioned that I was going to go ahead and just do this thing and gifts were going to be purchased, what did I do? If you ask your family, well, what do you want for Christmas? And they're like, I haven't even thought about that yet. What do you say? Well, what I say this year is, sorry, but there's a pandemic and things are crazy and shipping's already weird. So to make me not go insane, if you'd like a gift, tell me what you want. Figure it out. I'll give you 24 hours. Something to that effect. So anyway, I just basically said, come up with something, because honestly, I'm not doing it, right before Christmas. I'm sure you can find something. So I did get ideas from my family members, and I have been searching and looking and trying to find things, and I have purchased a lot already, and in doing so, I found a whole lot of really nice things. So I will definitely be putting some lists of different things, like gifts for the cook, gifts for him, gifts for her, gifts for whatever. So be looking for those videos. I'll be trying to smash those up here real soon and get those going so you guys can also find some really cool things, maybe some things on the list that I mentioned and say that I like, and get your shopping done too. But I have done a lot, and I am planning to wrap already. The minute I get it, I have this master list in here, and it actually says Christmas master list. I got the name of the person and what they're getting, and I have a check mark whether it's purchased yet or not, all that kind of thing, and it just tells me everything in my little master list. So I know what's happening, who's got what. I've got stocking stuffers figured out, which ones I still need to purchase. But in general, I've got pretty much a lot of it, if not almost all of it, taken care of, which is the best thing ever. So anyway, just wanted to share that with you and let you know that I'm planning to wrap things right away. The wrapping will be done. I don't have to have this gigantic wrapping day, so I just wrap as I get, and that will be finished too. And I'm so excited. I am all set for being finished by Thanksgiving. I think we're going to put our tree up maybe next weekend. If not, then it'll be the day after Thanksgiving like usual, but probably a week early. And I'm excited about that. The presents will start going under the tree. And let's just do this thing so that the last few weeks before Christmas, I can relax. My cards are done. My presents are ready. My gifts are wrapped. I've sent things I need to send to people across the world. That's pretty much how it's gonna work for me, and I cannot tell you how thrilled I am. It makes me feel so good to know that the majority of it is done, and it was done in a happy way. I wasn't like stressed and miserable, and I still have time to enjoy the season. So I'm very happy. I wanted to check in with you, let you know what I have done already to get this thing on the go, and be looking forward to some of my videos that'll be coming up on some really cool things that I found that are great gift ideas. So let me know how you're doing, if you're going along with this too, and I will talk to you guys real soon. Bye.